Today we're going to deal with, I'm looking at the screen, I want to look at the lens. We're going to deal with horseradish. We harvested the horseradish yesterday, so I'll take you back and we'll have a quick look at what we was doing yesterday, and I'll sit here and twiddle my thumbs until you come back. And we're recording. This is the horseradish, the bane of Tina's life. She absolutely hates do you like horseradish?
I love horseradish.
She loves horseradish. She doesn't like the plants. So I'm going to dig some up, see what they're like. Now, from what I've read, it's always best to leave harvesting horseradish till you've had a couple of frosts. So we've had a couple of frosts, and I'm going to dig them up. Alright. There's a bit of horseradish. The rest of it broke off. There we go. It's not as fat as I thought it was going to be. But I shall get a couple more bits. That's going to be for a little project over the weekend. So, we're back in the kitchen. I'm going to put my glasses on. Here's the horseradish that we got. We'll probably deal with the bits that are about the size of your thumb or your finger. So I'll cut these ones up. You want to dig these up when the soil is cold, or cooler soil, so winter time is ideal. So yeah, when you dig it up when the soil's cold, the cold soil promotes the formation of components which give it its pungency. So what I'm going to do now is cut it up, peel it, grate it. Now when it's grated and it comes into contact with the air, that's when the enzymes start working. So the components in it are activated when it's exposed to the air. So if you don't want it too strong, when it's grated, get it in the vinegar quite quick. If you like it strong, leave it out for a bit longer. So I shall leave it out for as long as possible because we like it strong. So I'm going to cut these up, peel them, and then we'll get on with the grating, and I'll show you what mixture we're going to use just to store the horseradish in, and you can do something with it later on. So here goes nothing. I'll just peel. Is that the best peeler we got?
It's the only peeler we've got.
We've not got a knife one?
No.
Ooh.
I'm using it all the way around.
I'll start to smell that horseradish already. That pungent pong. So there's one bit. That's two bits. I've bent that.
That was bent already, don't bend it back. That's how it was meant to be.
It's not meant to be like that.
It's how it hangs up there.
Right, so what you're going to want to do now, before you grate it, is prepare a little mixture to put in a jar, so that when you start grating it, you can put the grated horseradish straight into the jar, and that will keep it. So we're going to use some white vinegar, water, salt and sugar. So, put the grater out of the way. Let's do the water first.
Dry ingredients first?
Let's do the dry ingredients first. I'm going to double it up, because I'll probably prepare a bit more horseradish than I actually need. So, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, so that'll be 1/2 teaspoon of salt. asks for 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, so again 1/2 teaspoon for this. Two tablespoons of water. And 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. And here we have some Sarsons. Very nice, white vinegar. Any brand will do, as long as it's white vinegar. So that's that little mixture. Give it a bit of a shake up. Let the sugar and the salt dissolve in the mixture. So we've got our mixture ready. Got the grater. Got the horseradish. I'm just going to grate this up just to show you. So if you don't want it strong, grate it, pop it straight in the vinegar, and that will stop the enzymes doing whatever they do, making it strong. But we're going to probably leave it a little bit longer because we like it strong. And I'm going to grate it on the smallest one for a start until I get bored of that. And I do say it's best to do this outside in a well ventilated area with breathing apparatus if proper, you know, if you've got some. But I'm brave, I'm going to give it a whirl. So that's getting quite pungent. Oh, that's got my eyes. I'll leave that bit because we don't really want fingernails in it. A couple of big bits there which we'll leave out, but I'll put the rest in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it to sit there for 3-4 minutes, and then, oh, that's got my eyes.
Don't put your fingers in your eyes.
No. Yeah, it stings your eyes, burns your nostrils, but I'm a man, I can take it. Oh. Who's that? Military? Sounds like the army's flying over.
Yeah.
Are we at war yet? No. Oh well. So I'm going to give it a bit like this. It is quite strong, this horseradish. It's yeah.
I can smell it here.
God, flipping heck.
I remember that the year I did it.
But you did it outside, didn't you?
No, I did it in here, but I had my goggles on.
Oh yeah. Last time Tina did it, she had goggles on, like swimming goggles. And I think,
Don't get it
no, I can handle it. I'm a man. And when it goes in this solution, make sure it's all well coated, and that will keep in the fridge for up to a month. So you can use it. This is just basically preparing the horseradish for making it into horseradish sauce, or people would mix it with ketchup. I forget the names that all these sauces are. I'll try and put a link. I'll put a thing across the bottom. Mix it with ketchup. It's called a certain sauce. Mix it with mayonnaise. It's called something else across the bottom. And I'll put a list later on in the video of other ideas for putting horseradish in. If you mix it with sour cream, that then becomes horseradish sauce, like you'd put on your beef. That's one I do remember. So that's been a few minutes now. What I'm going to do is pop it in the formula and then grate some more. So I shall grate this piece now, just let that sit. Now on the internet there's a lot of recipes that call for you to put the root, once it's peeled, into a food processor, blender, which is okay if you want it chunky, but I find it's best if you do it on a fine grater, get it all nice and fine and you don't get big lumps. So big lumps is alright if it's something you put it in a stew or something like that. So take like the big lumps out and you're left with a nice fine grated horseradish, which again I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes just to sit here, let the enzymes do what they've got to do to make it stronger, and then I shall pop that in the vinegar as well. So this second little one I'm just going to pop into the jar now. Oh, no, it's quite strong, it's burning my eyes again.
It will do.
It didn't smell as strong when I was grating it.
It's because the enzymes are working.
Oh, dog at the door. So I'm going to give that a shake up. What I might have to do is put a bit more vinegar mixture in there for doing the rest of these. So I'll probably do a few more, and say it keeps in the fridge for up to a month, which I'm sure within a month we'll have had it used up in various sauces. So I'll get back to you when I've got the jar filled. You really should listen to the experts. Do this job in a well ventilated space, with goggles, breathing apparatus, oxygen tank, you name it, you need it. That's burning my nostrils, it's making my eyes run. But we got some in a jar. I've done about a quarter of a jar, so I just doubled up the mixture again. Horseradish is in there, all mixed in. That will last for a month in the fridge. As I said, we'll probably use it before then. So there you go. Hope you like this video. Please click the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment below. And it's a bye for now.